Steve Jobs, the visionary who turned technology into art. From a garage in Silicon Valley to leading the world's most valuable company, his life was a saga of innovation, setbacks, and triumphs. We'll uncover the story of the man who reshaped how we live, work, and dream. Born on February 24, 1955, in San Francisco, Stephen Paul Jobs was adopted by Paul and Clara Jobs. Raised in the heart of Silicon Valley, he was surrounded by engineers and tinkerers, sparking his love for electronics. His father taught him to build gadgets in their garage, planting the seeds of curiosity. A restless teen, Jobs enrolled at Reed College in 1972 but dropped out after 6 months, frustrated by rigid academics. He stayed on campus, auditing classes like calligraphy, which later influenced Apple's focus on typography and design. In 1974, Jobs traveled to India, exploring spirituality and Zen Buddhism, shaping his minimalist philosophy. In 1976, at 21, Jobs partnered with engineering prodigy Steve Wozniak to found Apple Computer in his parents' garage. Their first product, the Apple I, was a bare circuit board for hobbyists. But the Apple II, launched in 1977, was a breakthrough, a colorful, user-friendly personal computer that brought computing to homes, schools, and businesses. By 1980, Apple's public offering made Jobs a millionaire at 25. His charisma, bold vision, and knack for marketing set Apple apart, but his intense perfectionism and confrontational style strained relationships with colleagues. In 1984, Apple introduced the Macintosh, the first mass-market computer with a graphical interface and mouse, making computing intuitive. Its legendary 1984 Super Bowl ad, directed by Ridley Scott, framed Apple as a rebel against the dull, conformist tech world. The Mac was a bold leap, but it came at a cost. Jobs' relentless drive clashed with Apple's board and CEO John Sculley, whom Jobs had recruited from Pepsi. In 1985, after internal power struggles, Jobs was ousted from Apple at 30. Devastated, he later reflected that this rejection fueled his next chapter. Jobs didn't retreat. In 1985, he founded Next, building sleek, powerful computers for education and research. Though Next's hardware was too expensive for mass markets, its operating system became a cornerstone of future Apple products. In 1986, Jobs bought Pixar, a struggling animation studio, for $5 million. He invested heavily, fostering a creative culture that produced Toy Story in 1995, the first fully computer-animated film. Pixar's string of hits, including Finding Nemo, made it a powerhouse, and its 1995 IPO made Jobs a billionaire. During this time, Jobs also started a family, marrying Laureen Powell in 1991, and matured as a leader. In 1997, Apple, nearing bankruptcy, acquired Next, bringing Jobs back as interim CEO. He slashed failing products, forged a deal with Microsoft, and launched the iMac in 1998, a vibrant, all-in-one computer that revived Apple's brand. The iPod in 2001, paired with iTunes, transformed the music industry. The iPhone in 2007 redefined smartphones, blending phone, music, and internet into one touchscreen device. The iPad in 2010 created the tablet market. Jobs' mantra, "Think different," drove Apple's sleek designs and intuitive interfaces, making it the world's most valuable company by 2011. Diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in 2003, Jobs battled illness privately while leading Apple's meteoric rise. He stepped down as CEO in August 2011 and passed away on October 5, 2011, at 56. His 2005 Stanford commencement address, urging graduates to "stay hungry, stay foolish," became a global inspiration. Jobs wasn't flawless. His demanding style and perfectionism alienated some, but his vision reshaped industries: computing, music, phones, animation, and retail. Today, Apple's innovations and ethos reflect Jobs' belief that technology should empower creativity. Steve Jobs dared to think different, leaving a world forever changed. His story reminds us, one person's vision can shape the future.